Morning, everybody. Anthony's Outdoors here. We're indoors again today. The weather's been garbage outside last couple days, so it's that time of year in northern Illinois. That being said, I wanted to do a tabletop review of my SPR. Now, I don't like tabletop reviews. I think they are terribly boring, but I'm bored, and I figure this will. You're going to see this weapon on my channel in a lot of the shooting that I do. I really love this thing, and I just want to go about the reasons why I built it, how I built it, and some of its potential that I've seen so far. So, go back about 2 years, I decided, you know what, I wanted to build a semi-precision AR15. I started looking at some people's builds on AR15 and various forums and websites, and I decided I really didn't like a lot of what I was seeing. I saw a lot of clones of the Mark 18 SPR, and I wanted something a little bit more original, something a little more unique, suited for my tastes. And I wanted to build something that was going to be as accurate as I could make it on a budget, okay? I spent the money in the areas that I thought mattered and saved money in areas that I thought I could get away with. So with that being said, let's jump right in here and take a look at the parts. So we'll start at the muzzle end. I have a Surefire muzzle brake 5.56. I bought this with the hopes that Illinois would make owning suppressors legal. They have not done that yet. It's been in the works. At the current political climate, doesn't look like it's going to happen anytime soon. So, with that being said, it's still an excellent muzzle brake. 5.56 doesn't necessarily need a muzzle brake. Very light recoiling firearm. But with that being said, it's on there. It's ready to go if that should ever pass. Okay, coming back. I have a DPMS standard gas block. I believe this is the .750 gas block. It's non-adjustable. I'll get into that in a little bit. I'm not a big fan of adjustable gas blocks, but we'll get into that later. Coming back to the handguard, this is a Yankee Hill Machine rifle-length handguard. I do not remember the exact model. As far as I know, they don't make this model anymore. It is heavy. It is. It's very heavy. Let's put it that way. It was very easy to install. Lock ring and these screws here. I have a Caldwell bipod, one of those real cheap folding ones. This was one of those spots where I saved a lot of money. Okay. The barrel. The barrel is arguably one of the most important parts of an AR-15. The barrel on here is a DPMS Mark 18 barrel. They do not make it anymore. When I bought this barrel, it was on clearance at Midway USA, and I wish I would have bought a couple of them for the very reason that they don't make them anymore. And that's unfortunate because these barrels are awesome. Great accuracy. Fit and finish was perfect. I don't understand why they stopped making them. No idea. Maybe it was when DPMS got bought out by Freedom Group. I don't know. But awesome barrels. We'll get into that a little bit more later. So, coming back, the receiver is mag a Yankee Hill Machine receiver. Okay, got that pretty cheap. Maybe 70, 80 bucks at the time. Magpul stock here. It's got the, I forget which model it is. It's the one where you can clamp it down and hold it tight. Takes out the rattle. I run Magpul magazines, 20 rounders. 30 rounders with this bipod just don't work out that well. And I've got a BCM Gunfighter grip on here. I like that it is more vertical. It doesn't have those finger slots like on a lot of them. I have very awkward sized hands, and this flat-sided grip that's more vertical than the others just works out better for my hands. Charging handle, bolt carrier group are DPMS. The scope rings are P-Series Nikons, 30mm. The scope is a primary arms 4 to 14 mil dot with mil-radian turrets. Okay, it's not the ACSS, it's not any of the fancy reticle systems that they have. This is a straight mil dot. It's what I used in the military. This is what I like to run, you know, here, especially on a system like this. It's pretty basic and simple. The lower is from a local gun shop. I will leave their name out of it. They manufacture their own lowers and complete rifles. They're okay. Their customer service is shoddy at best, so we'll just leave them out of it. And the trigger is a Timney. Sorry, Timney. This is the 2.5 pound single stage model. Did spend quite a bit of money on that. That was definitely worth the upgrade over the trigger that the lower came with. So that's the parts that this rifle came with. Going back to the barrel. Okay, the barrel, it's an 18-inch 1-in-8 twist DPMS Mark 18 barrel. Again, they don't make it anymore, and that's a shame. Rifle length gas system, and this thing, you know, a lot of people think, oh, rifle length gas system, 18-inch barrel, dwell time, yada yada yada. I have not had any issues running any type of ammo in this system. Okay, the gas port on the Mark 18 barrel is quite large. I've never actually measured it, but it's definitely larger than a lot of those custom barrels that you get from like White Oak Armament or anything like that. I went with the standard non-adjustable gas block, and here's why. I've had adjustable gas blocks before. I've got friends that have adjustable gas blocks on their builds, and here's the deal with a lot of those, especially with a gas impingement system. Once you get the firearm dialed in and you adjust that gas block to whatever setting you want it at, you're pretty much stuck. Okay, the firearm, it's going to get so gunked up in there that you can't adjust it if you ever want to adjust it ever again. You know, some people like to adjust, suppressor on, suppressor off, depending on the load they're firing. They don't want the shells ejecting too far out, whatever it might be. Here's the reality. Once you get that thing set to where you want it and you fire a couple hundred rounds, that thing's set in there. The corrosion, the gases, the crud that develops in there just kind of locks everything up. Now, some of the real high-end models might not have that issue. I have not seen that yet. Haven't had a chance to play with any of those yet. But I went with the standard one. I know it runs well. It's going to run pretty much forever. And that's why I went with that. So this firearm, in its current configuration, firing hand loads, runs 3/4 of a minute angle. Okay, a lot of people have, oh wow, you know, that's not that great for, you know, a built weapon. True, it might not be. It's not a half-minute gun. It's not a sub-half-minute gun. Never claimed it would be. I kind of was hoping it would be, but I knew that I was cutting corners with a lot of the products and buying some, you know, just inexpensive parts. The barrel was $270, I believe, on clearance on Midway USA when I bought it, and I didn't, you know, I didn't do any head spacing or, you know, spec out any of the bolt carrier groups or anything like that for this barrel. It's just a slap together gun, and it's still a 3/4 minute with hand loads. With factory loads, I typically like to run the Hornady match ammunition. I'm looking at about a minute if I do my part. Anybody else not used to this weapon, it's going to be about a minute and a quarter. So again, for an AR-15 that was Franken-gunned together, as people like to say, I can't really complain. The optic, okay, a lot of people, oh, primary arms, you know, whatever. For what it is and for the price point, you cannot beat this optic. I'm sorry, you just can't. Find me a first focal plane 4 to 14 optic with adjustable turrets, okay, in mil radians, matching turrets, matching reticle, for, I think I got it for $249 a couple years ago. Yeah, you just can't do it. Some are close, okay? I know SWFA has a few models that are close in quality and price, but I needed something that was adjustable. I didn't want a fixed power scope. So I wanted something adjustable. The clarity of this is, well, it's a $250 scope. What do you want from it, right? I take this thing out to 600, sometimes 800 yards, okay? And it's just a fun gun to shoot around with. So I didn't want to blow a ton of money on this. I have a 338 build that has a much better scope on it, so I needed something that I could shoot that wouldn't break the bank and be, you know, a couple dollars per shot. So that's that. Anyway, if you have any questions, put them down in the comments below. If you like this video, please like it and subscribe. If you didn't like it, hit dislike. Tell me down in the comments what I could do better. My channel's growing, it's new. I'm just trying to get my feet wet with this whole YouTube thing. So thanks for watching.